is an island covered with reeds and nut bushes, and amongst those trees stands a hollow oak tree, which is the house of an owl who is called Old Brown. One autumn, when nuts were ripe, and the leaves on the hazel bushes were golden and green, Nutkin and Twinkleberry and all the other little squirrels came out of the boat and down to the edge of the lake. They made little rafts out of twigs, and they paddled away over the water to All Island to gather nuts. Each squirrel had a little sack and a larger oar, and spread out his tail for a sail. They also took with them an offering of 3 fat mice as a present for Old Brown, and put them down upon his doorstep. When Dingleberry and the other little squirrels each made a low bow and said politely, "Old Mr. Brown, will you favor us with permission to gather nuts upon your island?" But Nutkin was excessively impertinent in his manners. He bobbed strawberries grow in the sea. I enter him as I thought, good, as many red herrings as grow in the boat. But Mr. Old Brown took no interest in riddles, not even when the answer was provided for him. On the fourth day, the squirrels brought a present of 6 fat beetles, which were as good as plums in plum pudding for Old Brown. Each beetle was wrapped up carefully in a dock leaf fastened with a needle pane. But Nutkin sang as rudely as ever. "Oh, Mr. Bay, riddle me ree, flower of England, fruit of Spain, met together in a shower rain, put in a bag, tie round in a string. If you tell me this riddle, I'll give you a ring." Which was ridiculous of Nutkin, because he had not got any ring to give to Old Brown. The other squirrels hunted up and down the nut bushes, but Nutkin gathered robin's cushions of a briar bush and stuck them full of pine needles. On the 5th day, the squirrels brought a present of wild honey. It was so sweet and sticky that they licked their fingers as they put it down upon the stone. They had stolen it out of a bumblebee's nest on the tippity top of the hill. But Nutkin skipped up and down singing, "Humma bum boos boos, humma bum boos boos." As I went over triple time, I met look of a bony swine, some yellow-necked, some yellow-backed. They were the very funniest swine that ever went line. Oh, Mr. Brown turned up his eyes in disgust at the impertinence of Nutkin, but he ate up the honey. The squirrels filled their little sacks with nuts, but Nutkin sat upon a big flat rock and played ninepins with a crab apple and green firecoals. On the 6th day, which was Saturday, the squirrels came again for the last time. They brought a new laid egg in a little rush basket as a last parting present for Old Brown. But Nutkin ran in front, shouting, "Humpty Dumpty lies in the bag with a white contraband round his neck. 40 doxers and 40 brides cannot put Humpty Dumpty to rights." Now all doorstep, quite still